Oh! All right. Excellent. I'm going to use this guide to do a demonstration for our customers on how to fillet and prepare a tuna for the best eating quality. Well, step number 1, put them to sleep so they're not stressing the meat. Step number 2, bleed so that they don't bleed into the flesh. Step number 3, get them nice and cold. Okay. Alrighty team, so the next one we're going to do a demo on is a long-tailed tuna. Same shape and bone structure as any tuna that you catch with us. So we'll get stuck into it. As usual, we're going to go behind the pec fin and angle up slightly toward the head so that we don't lose that good shoulder meat just there. Alright, so in behind, this is where we bled it earlier, so I'm just going to actually use that. Trying not to pierce the guts, so I'm just going shallow there, and then up into here. The dorsal fin is where you're going to be stopping with your knife up here. You don't want to cut his head off. Alright, then flipping around because I'm a righty. And similar to your reef species, go in where you stopped there. You can turn that around, and on the bigger fish like this, I angle the blade in so it's actually going to go down like that. So think of going along that dorsal fin there. Once you get past the hard bits just at the top there. There we go. Okay, we're through those. And just letting the knife touch along the frame as it's going. You can feel the bones as you go. You can even hear them. Down to here. Still going along nice and flat and along the dorsal so that you're getting all the meat. Okay, you can have a look, see how you're going. Good. You're just taking your time. I'm going to start getting the tail piece to lift up just so I can assess and see what's going on, and you can see all that frame just there. That's what you want to feel your knife going against. Needs a little bit of force, so I'm pushing down at the moment on the frame, and the strong part of the knife just here I'm using to pop through those nodules, so these, as your knife hits them, gets a bit stuck, so you just got to push through them. I'm just going to flip him around to get this belly bit off. Trying not to pierce the guts through there. Have a look. So all the guts are down in there, so I'm just not going to pierce those. Where we made our initial incision there, just flip the knife around, pop him through. Alright, gotcha. So tuna are a red or a pink meat depending on the species that you catch, and your long-tailed tuna are pink. So this here, so behind the pec fin, up toward the head. that nice shoulder meat. Down, around, don't cut into the guts. If you do, it's not the end of the world. But if your knife gets dirty with guts and stomach and stuff, clean it off and then avoid touching it in there again. If you are a fishing charter customer with us that's watching this video, we actually gut all of the fish anyway, so you won't even need to worry about it. Okay, turning our knife along that dorsal fins. It's just a little bit tricky there because of the dorsal, the actual bones that go in, but once you're through them, it's pretty smooth sailing. Okay, and down we go. Feeling for the backbone and listening as you're slicing. Once we get down to here, just a little bit deeper, and then we can actually come in from this way. Again, going over these noduly backbone parts, so you have to give it a bit of force and have a good grip on the frame. Alright, up through that top. Should be free, not quite. Flipping back, and I've just got to dislodge him from this part here. Okay. One little more cut. Where are you dislodged? Where are you lodged? Just down there. Alright, he's off. Okay, flip him over. Beautiful pink long-tailed tuna flesh. And we're ready to portion this up. Now you can see it very clearly on long-tailed tuna because it's more of a pink meat, especially if you have bled it. But this blood down the middle is the bloodline. Now on a mac tuna, when you fillet it, the flesh will be much darker, almost sort of this colour. Once you get the skin off, you can actually see the difference between the bloodline very well, but also there's this bit of separation that you can just see here where the bloodline and the flesh separates along here as well. So you can see it in the mac tuna. If you have a look, have a good look, but if you need to, take the skin off, hold it up to light and just take off the dark red bloodline. It's blood, muscle, doesn't taste great, stronger flavour, so you get rid of it. Alright, let's get stuck in. Along with the flesh. That's where the gaff went in. I'm actually going to go around that. Okay. Cut that and then through the skin. Bit of scale there. Okay, now that I've got that off, you can very clearly see that bloodline. The red is the bloodline. We're going to cut that out. We'll get the skin off first. Pop in there. So same with this one. And we've got the rib section as well. So you need to cut, you can see all those ribs there, just follow your knife along those, you can feel it. Or just give yourself a bit of room, move over a bit if you're worried, but you'll feel those bones easily. Okay. That's gaff hole, so I'm actually going to chop that guy off. We don't want to eat that bit where the blood's seeped into the flesh. It's probably fine, I'm just being fussy. Tiny bit of bloodline like that on there is no problem at all, or even a bit more than that is no issue. It's just this sort of big chunk you want to get rid of. Alright, and then skinning it. Go to the skinny tail end, start yourself a little handle, knife fairly flat. Just take your time. It's a fairly thick skin on these tuna, so. Alright, there we go. That's one loin, ready to be marinated or put in ceviche, chopped up in cubes. We'll do a little bit of that probably tomorrow. Be on this video though. Okay, same again with this guy. Starting at the tail end, get that knife nice and flat down against that skin there. Following your hand up as you go, because it's a long piece. Oh. Good demonstration. I went through with the knife, so my trick there, I'm actually going to turn it around and go from the other end and fix that up this way. No one's perfect. Done. That's where my crossover bit, just get rid of that for the doggo. Oh boy, fresh tuna, mate. Alright, and now we're going to get this bloodline out. Get rid of that skin. That piece of bloodline there. Clean bit of table just here. I'm just literally going to slice it along like that. We can leave a little bit of it in there, just not a lot. I call that a little bit, that'll be fine. Just going to lop that down into 2 pieces. Look at that. Oh, long-tailed tuna. So it's time to prepare some tuna. I've got 2 loins here. One's going to be done in soy with a sesame crust, and the other is going to be done in just in teriyaki. I'll do the soy first, so just roll around in the soy sauce. Make sure it's all wet and coated, that helps the sesame stick. And give it a nice firm press into the mixed sesame seeds. They say to do either black or black and white sesame. I think doing just white is not the done thing, apparently. And the other one is just going in a little bit of a coating of a sticky teriyaki, like a thicker one, not the super thin one, just so it gets that little bit of caramelization when it cooks. Okay, our oil's super hot. There we go, quick searing. So that golden there is what you're looking for. Okay, it's about 2.5 minutes total. Teriyaki in. slice. That's what you're looking for. Raw or rare pink in the middle. Just seared on the outside. About 1 centimetre thick is good for me. And you can see that tail end is actually cooked quite nearly all the way through, and then as you get towards the thicker part, it's rarer. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Oh, that looks so good. So you can cook it longer if you want to. If you want to cook it all the way through, as you can see, it goes white. And just leave it rare in the very center if you like. This end here will probably be cooked a little bit more through because it's the tail end. You can see that. And I'm going to go these pieces. Alright, there it is, very, very quick. Cheers. Hope this helps.